What if I told you the shortest letter Paul ever wrote contains the most dangerous gospel truth about power, forgiveness, and identity? And what if I told you this one-chapter letter was so radical, it could have gotten Paul killed? Welcome to the book of Philemon, the explosive New Testament letter most Christians overlook, but hell fears. This is more than a story about slavery. It's a manifesto of the gospel of forgiveness, a declaration of Christian reconciliation, and a revelation of our new identity in Christ. Paul writes to a wealthy believer, Philemon, about Onesimus, a runaway slave who met Christ while Paul was imprisoned. Legally, Philemon could execute Onesimus on return, but Paul shocks the system. He sends Onesimus back, not as property, but as family. Shock fact. In 25 verses, Paul dismantles the Roman slave system, not by protesting it directly, but by applying the subversive power of the gospel. This is what the gospel of forgiveness looks like in real-world tension. Verses 4-7, the setup, love before challenge. Paul begins with encouragement. He praises Philemon's love, faith, and ministry to the saints. Why? Because true change happens in the soil of love. He's preparing Philemon not for a favor, but a radical kingdom confrontation. Paul is setting the stage for Christian reconciliation to play out, not in theory, but in Philemon's own home. Verses 8-16, the gospel power move. Though I could be bold and command you, yet for love's sake I appeal to you. This isn't manipulation, it's incarnation. Paul reintroduces Onesimus, not as a runaway, but as his own son, birthed through the gospel. He is no longer a slave, but more than a slave, a beloved brother. That's not sentiment, that's identity in Christ rewritten over human labels. Verses 17-21, substitution at the center. If he has wronged you or owes you anything, charge it to my account. That's the cross in a sentence. Paul steps into Onesimus's place, just as Jesus stepped into ours. Paul lives the gospel of forgiveness by offering to pay the debt, so that reconciliation is not just possible, but unavoidable. This is the most powerful example of Christian reconciliation in the New Testament outside of the cross itself. So what does this mean for us? Philemon isn't just a personal letter. It's a time bomb for religious systems, social power structures, and unforgiveness in the church. Who are you still holding as a slave in your heart through bitterness or pride? Have you really embraced your identity in Christ, or are you still defining yourself and others by what they've done? Are you willing to pay the price of grace to reconcile with someone God already forgave? The message of Philemon is urgent. You can't claim to believe in Jesus and still treat people as property, emotional, relational, or spiritual. Share this with someone who needs it. Ask God to search your heart for silent forms of slavery or superiority, and walk out the gospel of forgiveness, not just with your lips, but with your life. Because in Christ, we're not defined by our past, we're redefined by grace. Do you need more biblical expositions or exegesis? Well, subscribe.